the scene, a place where you will be saluted, educated, empowered, and nurtured. I'm your host, Zandra Henry, and I have two lovely ladies with me today. I have Victoria and Pamela Watson. And you ladies, you know how we do it, but first, I need you to go like and share this video. Don't forget, go like and share it. So what we do here, this is your first time here. I'm quite sure they're going to be back because I see big things in your future, and I know you're going to come back and tell us, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, first of all, let's meet Pamela and Victoria.
Hi, everyone. My name is Pamela, and I am originally from Texas, so I'm not a Georgia girl, but I am the co-founder of Beautifully Hued.
Hi, my name is Victoria. I'm in middle school, and I'm 12 years old, and I do different sports. And my favorite sport is cheerleading, and I'm the founder of Beautifully Hued.
Okay, I think something special is going on this summer with you in the cheerleading, if I'm not mistaken. What are you doing something special with cheerleading this summer?
I had like a cheer competition last Saturday.
Oh, so that's Saturday?
Yes.
How did you do?
We got second.
Oh, wow. I think that deserves a hand clap.
Yes,
All
yes.
right. Because how many was it?
It was like 4 middle schools and like a few high schools and like a lot of elementary schools.
Wow, y'all came in second place. That's nothing that. Come on, we like to support. Yeah, good job. And I wanted to know, I need for you to tell us about Beautifully Hued. And I love the name. But when I first heard it, I was like, oh. And I'm kind of mad right now because I got that T-shirt your mama got on. But show them the T-shirt and we'll get started.
So,
I love
it
it.
says beautiful in every shade.
Okay. And will you tell us how did Beautifully Hued come about?
So when I was 5 years old, a little girl had told me that black people were mean and dirty. And so I went home and I asked my parents if that was true, and they had told me no. And so when they had told me that, I wasn't like really hurt because like they had already instilled in me like who I was and stuff.
Great.
So
at 5 years old.
Yes, ma'am. So I was really torn like by that. But me and my mom didn't want like other girls to have to go through that. And so we started Beautifully Hued to educate, empower, and inspire all girls all over the world to love themselves. And we promote diversity and inclusivity. And so we just want girls to know that they are worthy and that they are loved.
I think we need to change seats because as well as she speaks, I think you should be hosting the show. So I think that is so beautiful. So tell me, how are you instilling? What do you guys do? Is this is it a club? Is it an organization? Tell me, what is it? I understand what you do, but tell me, how do you do it?
So it isn't a club. It is an organization though. And we go out to different schools, and my mom goes and talks to the girls about self-love and all that stuff. And then at the end of the school year, she brings me with them, and we all have this dinner and stuff to take the girls out to like a nice restaurant. And then in October 1st of 2022, we had our very first Beautifully Hued Girls Empowerment Brunch at Green Island. And it turned out really, really good. We had a lot of girls there, and it was very fun.
Okay, so Mama, you kind of go to the school and break the ice. So how does that come about you? Who can join? I mean, what is there age? Can anybody be a part of it?
Right.
How did that come about?
Right. So it's not a club.
Okay.
It's not one of those where you have to pay to be into this club.
Okay.
It is for all girls all over the world. So we really want girls from middle school, elementary school, and high school. And the reason why there's really no hard demographic or age is because my daughter, when it happened to her, she was only 5.
Yes.
So if it can happen to her, it can happen to anyone. And it is happening because this is not the first time that it's happened. It's just that as a parent, I knew that there was something that I had to do about it.
That was one of the questions I was going to ask you, because I can imagine if my little daughter or my son came home, how did you handle it? I know there was anger, but what happened? How did you handle it in front of her? Because what I feel like what you may have said in front of her may be something totally different from what you and your significant other.
Yeah, and not necessarily. So,
Okay.
because the way that I respond is how my daughter or my children are going to respond. And so I try to remember that. And so when she told me, it was like, it was a feeling in my gut to where it was like, if I don't do something, then who will? And so I can remember during the George Floyd and all of that, I went to one of my neighbors in the neighborhood, and she just asked me, how are you feeling? And it was just a simple question, or maybe she asked me that question because of everything that was going on with George Floyd. And so I just kind of let it out. And I was letting her know that I was not happy because in our world, everything had stopped. And it was in slow motion, but everybody else was just going on about their daily lives. And so for me, I wanted to be the one to make an impact, to make a change. And I wanted my daughter to see that. Mm-hmm. And so, because when you impact others, then I think that's a really great legacy for us to have.
So that's beautiful, because sometimes, the reason I ask that, because sometimes the anger hit first, but it was different for you. You saw. And I think sometimes, especially with us sisters out there, not just us, but anybody, and it's your child, the first thing is that hurt. So sometimes you got to pull back and realize, like you were saying, that she's watching me.
Right.
She's going to see what I'm doing, and this is what she may emulate. And I know what I want her to emulate.
Absolutely. And so I wanted to turn, if I was feeling that frustration or anger, I wanted to put it into action.
Okay. And that's how it started. So what are some of the things that you have coming up now?
So I think that we are going to do another Beautifully Hued Girls Empowerment Brunch.
I saw it. I did pick at your page, and it was beautiful. I loved it. Okay.
So I think that the girls would like that again, and it would be very big, and it would be something good for everybody. And then we're probably going to still go out to different schools and talk to these girls and try to instill good energy into them. And then we're probably gonna do something like a Beautiful Hued Girls activity, and try to get the girls together for bonding and stuff.
If you have something, please invite me. I would love to be a part of it.
Absolutely.
So how do you come about, let's say if somebody, a school or principal's out there, so do they contact you? Do you contact them?
Yes.
How does this work?
So I am a go-getter, and I'm very proactive. Okay. And so I go to the schools, and I talk with the educators, the administrators, and I let them know what Beautifully Hued is doing. And when they hear about it, they want a part of it.
Okay.
And some of them do come to me as well, but I like to go towards them and to them and let them know. And the community has been very supportive. And when they find out what we're doing, they want it in their schools. And so it is very important for girls, all girls, to see positivity. They have to see it. In order for them to be it, they have to see it, and they have to know that no matter whatever challenges they're facing, be it self-confidence, self-esteem, self-love, body image, all of that, they need to know that they matter. That they really matter, and not it just be some kind of lip service. They need to see the love, because perhaps they're not getting it at home. Or perhaps they may not want to listen to their parents at home. But they need to know that they are loved no matter the hue of their skin, no matter the school they go to, they don't go to, what side of the tracks they live on or don't live on. Our girls, they need to know that.
What I like about this program is you say it's for everybody.
It's for everybody.
The biggest thing is a lot of times it's like, okay, I have to pay for this, or they don't have any place.
Absolutely.
So I go to school and go home.
That's right.
And for you to come in and say, hey, beautiful girls, you know what, let's do this. For you, I asked her that question, but I want to ask you, so what are some of the other things that you have planned? They may not be in the works, because I'm quite sure you have. I can see it in your eyes. There are more things that you got planned. Okay.
Yes, there are. They're building up to the Beautiful Hued Girls Empowerment Brunch, October the 7th, 2023.
Okay.
I'm looking at having small groups, building up to it, to have small groups where we have educators or professionals to come in and talk to these girls. And we need to go in. We need not to scrape the surface. We need to go in, listen to our girls, and find out what's going on with them. Why aren't they feeling empowered? Why aren't they feeling good about who they are? Why aren't they feeling good about how they look? What is going on? And so when they can relate or they feel comfortable in a safe space, we want them to be able to open up. And we want to dive. We want to start out slow, but we want to get into underlying issues that they might be having that is, prohibiting them from feeling their best selves. And so having small groups instead of going into this big forum like we did the first time. So building up into small groups, that is something that I'm working on.
Okay, so would that be for the brunch, or is that going to be a totally different?
It'll be something different, building up to the brunch.
Okay.
So I would like to do that, during the summer, once school starts back up. So in October, they will have gotten a little taste of what Beautifully Hued is. And it's just really impacting our girls because they need the love and they need to know that they matter, no matter how they look, where they come from.
Victoria, you are in middle school. Can you tell us some of the things that you see that are going on there? And I know we hear about it so much.
Yes.
And we're not there. We were in school years ago. And it was bad then, but I think what you guys have is way worse because with social media, they can't escape it. And you would think, I find that, you say turn out the computers, but they can't. And that's what's so sad. Even though they know they're going to go look on there, like I'm looking at this screen that is totally black. But even though they're going, that was a outside joke, you guys. But even though they know that it's going to be negative, they still go. It won't. I don't know if you can relate to that, but can you kind of, why, if they know that it's going to be negative, why do they still go look at it? Go look.
I know that some girls feel like they have to look some type of way, so if they see somebody or something that looks like all perfect, they want to look like that, so they keep going back and going back so that they can try to make themselves look like that. And there's a lot of things that go on in middle school, a lot of body image issues, and I have to look this type of way to be pretty and all this stuff.
Do you girls ever discuss that? I mean, because do you just feel it, or is it discussed? Like, are you walking down the hall and they say, well, you're not skinny enough, or you're too skinny? Do you hear that a lot? I mean, and not necessarily towards you, because I think they know not to mess with you. They know where they got coming from. But do you see that a lot and hear that a lot?
I've heard it a few times. I try not to surround myself with those type of people. But I've heard it coming from different areas in the school.
Do you ever say anything?
Sometimes I think in my head, that's not cool, and you shouldn't say that because you don't know what they're going through. And when I hear it, I'm like, that's not cool because they wouldn't want anybody to say that to you. So why are you gonna go around and talk about somebody else or say something about somebody else?
Okay, so do you say that, or you think that?
It's like a both.
Okay, because it's hard.
It's hard.
I'm not saying anything against you, but it's something very hard to do.
Yeah, it is.
Stand up to people, even though you know it's right to do it. That's what we find out with the young girls that, okay, I want to say something. I know this is wrong, but I don't want them to turn it on me.
That's right.
Because that's what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to get ridiculed. I don't want to get talked about. I want to stay in my little group. I don't want to make any waves. I want everyone to like me. And these are facts. So it's hard for young people to deal with that. And so that's why it takes mothers, and that's where I come in. It takes mothers to sit down with our girls and have a hard conversation. And one thing that I do want to share is that even though Victoria is the founder of Beautifully Hued, it doesn't mean that she doesn't have days that are not difficult, days that are not challenging, days where she's questioning herself. Is my hair right? Do I look right? Am I smart enough? Am I pretty enough? So all girls face some kind of, questions,
Yes.
or doubt in their minds, like, am I good enough? And Beautifully Hued is here to tell them that, yes, you are good enough. God designed you exactly the way He wanted you, so there's no mistake. But as adults and as parents, we're the ones who have to constantly tell our daughters. And to be real, there are other ethnicities that don't have to build their children up when they're getting ready to leave the home.
No, because they're already told that people want to emulate you. And the biggest thing to me is that we watch these images, they see the images on TV, and they don't realize that they're all whitewashed. That you television beautiful, that they're whitewashed. There's makeup.
Yes.
That the man, you should see me under all this makeup. It takes like an hour and a half to put this makeup on. But I had a friend. I decided I did the before and after. She said, "You put on that without makeup," and I was like, "Yeah." I'm at the point where I just don't care. But it took me 40, 50 years to get that. So when you get there, so when you're looking at a young lady as young as you, oh, sorry about that, but a young lady as young as you, and that's impressionable because you have these people and all these images around you every day. And I was like, I'm talking about the Kardashians. I don't know if y'all like it or not, because I respect their hustle. But this is my thing. People are trying so much to look like them when they have had surgery to look like you. And the young girls don't realize that as African Americans, sometimes we just have big lips. That's one of our features. These people are paying to get their lips enhanced. They're paying to get their bottoms enhanced.
That's right.
Which are things that come, and that's what's so, I guess, frustrating to me, because I'm like, I wish you realize that the people you are trying to emulate are emulating you. So some of these things you already have.
Right.
But for some reason, when you have it, they're telling you it's not good enough.
Right.
But when they have it, or certain people have it, it's good enough. And it's hard to get that to young people, because they're on the cover of magazines and
they're flawless.
yes.
And so what we also have to remember is that it was ingenious what they did 200-400 years ago, right? So if there was someone with dark skin, they worked out in the fields. And if there was someone with light skin, they worked inside. So right there was friction between black women who were shades, hues, if you will.
Hues, yes.
Right.
Okay.
And so that has been ingrained in us. But as a people, we have to realize that we're more than that. We're more than the hue of our skin. But we also have to love our skin. And so we have to share with our daughters and with our young black men that you are enough. They're okay. But we have to constantly teach that and share that with them, so that when they are walking around and they're different, it's okay to be different, and that they need to love themselves. It's not easy. It's very hard. It's a very difficult thing. But that's why we're here.
And it's so crazy that after all these years, and people think that colorism doesn't exist, and it does. And it's prominent. And it's usually the ones that benefit from it that don't think it exists.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, the ones that benefit from it don't think it exists, but you're getting all the perks from it. I think what you're doing is wonderful. How does it make you feel when you see these young ladies and they're at your brunch, and you realize, hey, my mama and me, we did this we brought them together. How do you feel about that?
It makes me feel good because I get to see girls like feel good about themselves. Because when girls feel good about themselves, it makes me feel good about myself because I'm like being helpful to them and helping somebody else. Like I'm telling them that it's okay to be different and love yourself as you are. And so when they think that and they feel like a good energy, that makes me have good energy and feel good.
I love that, and that's what's wrong with a lot of us. Some people, if they're unhappy or miserable, they want other people to be miserable, and that's what. Because really, we were talking about bullies, so that's what those people are who are messing with people for no reason. This person has gotten up, you put on your clothes, and you're going to school, and there's all of a sudden there comes somebody who's like, I don't like the way your hair is, or something like that. So really they're bullies, and you hear it all the time. It's because they're so unhappy with themselves, and they don't know where to put their anger or place their anger, and they're going to find something wrong with you. But it's not even with young people. I have, doing this show, and it's for women of color. I say that, but it's for all women.
Right.
And if whoever is going to help, I don't care if they're red, purple, or green.
Yes.
If it's going to help you. But I have gotten feedback, like let's say we're discussing a particular star and I say something about her. Usually it's a black woman, which is sad, but someone come and say something negative about other black women. And I don't have the statistics, but it does seem like we do it more so than other races. And if you disagree, let me know. But it's sad, and so that's what you're doing and what this scene is all about. I'm trying to just be positive, just show how beautiful we are, how wonderful we are, and how we can get together, work together, and instill this. Especially look at this young lady, instill this in her, for her to instill it in others. So I applaud you guys for what you're doing. You ladies, not you guys, you beautiful ladies, for what you're doing. And I have another question. I want to see. I know you're just in middle school, and you got a long way to go. But have you ever thought about what you want your legacy to be? What, even after you're dying, because you're going to live a long, luxurious life. Have you thought about it? What would you like for people to remember you by?
I would like them to remember me by like being a kind-hearted person and by like leaving something special with other people.
Okay. You said being kind-hearted and you want to leave something special in other people.
Because they're like other people that are like younger than me, or just in other people in general, because they're going to be like the next generation.
Oh, I think that's awesome, beautiful. Also, I need to know, let's say if I'm sitting home and I'm a young girl and I want to get in touch with you, what would I have to do? How can I contact Beautifully Hued?
So we're getting our website revamped, but you can contact us through our email, and you can contact us.
What is your email?
beautifullyhued@gmail.com, and you can contact us on Instagram at beautifullyhued and Facebook. Beautifully Hued.
Okay, that is so wonderful. I am so glad that you graced us with your presence today.
Thank you for having us.
With this organization, do y'all do fundraising, or is there funding? Is there a way that they can support you guys?
So we're definitely going to be getting that up when our website comes up, but we are our funder in partnership with Southern Black Girls and Women's Consortium. And so they are our partner in funding, and we are always accepting donations. We're not a 501c3. However, your donations will be used to go towards our Beautiful Hued Girls Empowerment Brunch. And also during the summers, we take a few teachers out for dinner. And we acknowledge and appreciate them for the work that they do in the community with our children.
Okay, I am just so overwhelmed with you guys, and you're so special, Victoria. Um, what grade? I know you're in middle school, but what grade are you in?
I'm in 7th grade.
Oh, you're 7th grade. I don't want to tell your school. I don't need to. So, yeah, I'm not gonna tell what school you go to, but you're in 7th grade. So, what are your favorite subjects? I'm gonna find out a little about you before we go, because I didn't get in there. What are your favorite subjects?
So I don't like doing ELA, but like I like the class.
What is ELA? Is that English language?
Arts.
Oh, the English language arts. Oh, okay. But I'm so, as I said before, so blessed that you ladies joined me today. I want you, if you can support them, go to their Facebook page. Make sure you like and share all their information. And I'm quite sure she's going to be reaching out, so she's going to find you soon. So, thank you guys. Make sure to like and share. Like and share the scene. And as always, I will see you on the scene. Bye.
Bye.